Wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken?
Actor prepares, so I have literally been exclusive to Minecraft for the last month and a half.
Right.
All Minecraft all the time. I'm in a little movie called Minecraft.
Baby. Rachel Zegler is spiraling, and this time she's not even trying to hide it. After a year of passionately defending Disney's live-action Snow White like her life depended on it, Rachel is now sitting front row at the train wreck that is Snow White's box office disaster. Meanwhile, a movie about pixelated blocks is snatching all the headlines and smashing records like it's nothing. Word on the street? Rachel is quietly looking for a therapist. Yep. The stress, the humiliation, the endless dragging on social media, it's all finally catching up to her. But instead of taking it on the chin, she's reportedly blaming everyone and everything around her, honey. Including, wait for it, Minecraft. Yes, Minecraft. Rachel is allegedly telling people that Minecraft's insane success is partly why Snow White flopped. Not the script, not the bizarre tone, not the cringy press tour, nope. Just those little block people stealing her thunder. And the receipts are ugly. Minecraft crossed the $700 million 0 cents mark globally in under 20 days. Meanwhile, Snow White, barely crawling after 3 months. A movie that was once Disney's most iconic princess story, now getting dragged by zombie creepers and blocky chickens. But this isn't just a box office L, babe. This is a full-blown emotional meltdown. And it's not even the first time Rachel's buckled under pressure. Old footage just resurfaced from when Snow White was first announced, and you can literally see Rachel struggling to keep it together. She was shaking, almost crying, trying to explain how overwhelming the hate was, and that was before the movie even dropped.
It's hard, and it's lonely. It's very lonely. I just know that if that loneliness can exist, so can other things, and I will be okay.
Back then, people actually felt bad for her. It seemed like she was getting dragged for no reason. But now, after months of messy interviews, controversial takes, and just plain bad energy, even her own fans are starting to give her the side eye. Instead of owning her mistakes, Rachel's been on a finger-pointing spree, blaming internet trolls, blaming a toxic filming environment, even throwing subtle shade at her co-stars for not backing her up. But guess what's missing from her speeches? Any real accountability for how she spoke about the original Snow White, or how the film completely abandoned its fairy tale roots. Meanwhile, Disney? Girl, they are scrambling. Insiders say the studio's putting a full stop to their live-action remake plans. Movies like Tangled that were already in early development, but he put on ice. Translation, Disney knows they messed up bad. But while Rachel was out here playing the blame game, somebody else stayed silent. Until he didn't. Enter Jack Black, Hollywood's Chaos King, who just served Rachel and Disney the most savage reality check without even breaking a sweat. Jack Black, who's been through the ups and downs of Hollywood for decades, handled this mess like a master. When reporters asked him about his starring role in the Minecraft movie, you know, the one obliterating Snow White, he didn't gloat, he didn't trash anyone. He just smiled and dropped a nuclear-level humble brag.
An actor prepares, so I have literally been exclusive to Minecraft for the last month and a half.
Right.
All Minecraft all the time. I'm in a little movie called Minecraft. I don't want to brag, but it's kind of a big deal.
Oh, man.
Just Steven it up in the Minecraft universe, getting back into it. Because I did play years ago, because my kids were super duper into it, and I wanted to speak their language. So I studied hard and I learned, and I was getting really into it, building houses and tunneling around. And now I'm getting back into it, and it's pretty rad.
In just one sentence, Jack said everything. He was grateful, he was proud, he was focused on fun, no politics, no drama, just pure joy about making a movie for the fans. And fans? They noticed the difference immediately. Rachel, when asked about Snow White, trashed the original movie, called The Princess Stalker, mocked the entire storyline.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. So we didn't do that this time.
Meanwhile, Jack leaned into nostalgia. He respected the fans, he respected the source material, and that's when the internet had a field day. A Minecraft parody skit exploded across TikTok and Twitter. It showed Jack roasting a chicken in lava, but the chicken had Rachel's face photoshopped onto it.
You ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken?
Baby, the internet ate it up. That little meme said what everyone was thinking, but too scared to say. Jack was giving fans the fun, heartwarming movie they actually wanted, and Rachel was stuck preaching to an audience that had already moved on. And guess what? While Rachel sat in half-empty theaters crying into flower bouquets, Jack was out here celebrating across Reddit, fan pages, and TikTok. Minecraft wasn't just winning, it was dominating, because it didn't try to lecture the audience, it just let people have fun. And that's the heartbreak for Disney. They thought rebranding a fairy tale with woke messaging would score points. Instead, they got dragged, while a pixelated chicken beat Snow White at the box office. Meanwhile, South Park couldn't resist roasting Disney again. Their Now a Comic Kathleen Kennedy spoof basically said it all. Studios keep putting tickets in characters without respecting the original magic. And the audience? They're over it. Jack Black didn't need to shout anti-woke slogans. He showed it with how he treated the fans, and honey, fans felt that love loud and clear. But back in Rachel's world, it just kept getting worse. Suddenly, her co-stars started piping up. Even Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen, gave a suspiciously diplomatic interview about the experience. She didn't drag Rachel directly, but she also didn't defend her. Translation, it was messy.
Gal delivered the following: the most important thing when you are working on a film is teamwork. And when you have characters like the Evil Queen and Snow White, you expect teamwork to play a role in the creative process when you are trying to put something special together. We didn't really have teamwork, and there were many setbacks that we had to deal with during this entire process. And I just found that to be very exhausting.
And it tracks, because one of the biggest problems people had with Rachel wasn't just her words, it was her attitude. The arrogance, the smugness, talking down to fans who genuinely loved the classic story. It wasn't just about disagreeing, it was about acting like anyone who questioned her was part of the problem. And when you do that, baby, Hollywood turns fast. The receipts kept rolling in. Remember when Rachel slammed Trump supporters on Twitter? Yeah, that little firestorm didn't help either. She apologized, but critics like Megyn Kelly flat out called the apology fake and performative.
We had Rachel Zegler on the docket. She's an asshole. So she came out and took a large dump on half of the country, everyone who voted for Trump. So I attacked her, and then she came out and she said, I apologize. Like I went too far, but it wasn't sincere. And my team, my helpful team, pulled this shot from December 2023, in which, I would say she leans into her role as both victim and heroine. Listen.
And to everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her.
Oh my God.
And I can only hope
What does that mean?
that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line.
At this point, people started feeling like Rachel's whole image was just a PR stunt, carefully curated but completely disconnected from reality. And just when it felt like she couldn't sink lower, Rachel posted a heartbreaking update. Her beloved dog was suffering from a serious illness. Suddenly, fans saw a crack in the armor. For once, Rachel wasn't posturing. She wasn't preaching. She was just a human being in pain, asking for support. For a fleeting moment, the internet paused. The same fans who dragged her were now wondering, maybe she's not the villain after all. Maybe she was just young, unprepared, and thrown into a Hollywood machine that chews people up. But sympathy can only stretch so far, because while Rachel might win back some hearts, the industry, it's already moving on. Insiders say casting directors are now hesitant to work with her. Future projects, put on hold. Snow White still hasn't even cracked $100 million, 0 cents domestically. For Disney, that's not just a flop, that's an emergency. This isn't just about Snow White anymore, it's about Disney's entire brand. And whether they like it or not, right now, Rachel Zegler's name is tied more to failure than fairy tales. As Rachel licks her wounds and Disney hides behind closed doors, the fans have spoken. One movie, Minecraft, was made with heart, nostalgia, and fun. The other, Snow White, was made with lectures, and more lectures, and when the dust settled, the audience picked a side. Now, Rachel's stuck trying to rebuild her career, and Disney's desperately trying to figure out if they can ever make audiences trust them again. Maybe Rachel wasn't fully to blame. Maybe Disney set her up with bad scripts, bad PR, and impossible expectations. But in the end, Hollywood is brutal. You only get so many second chances. And baby, this time Jack Black walked away with the crown. And Rachel, she's left holding the ashes of what could have been a fairy tale but ended in total disaster. What do you think? Did Rachel deserve all the backlash? Or was she just the unlucky face of Disney's worst misstep yet? Drop your thoughts below. And baby, don't hold back.